These ones right here, we're gonna build on top of the existing pile.
Yeah, it's good.
And then just do it bi-weekly.
More mass is good, especially in like an environment like this. It's not very wet. So the bigger it is, the more water will even without these types.
Okay. Well, let's
get going.
And like on a fucking hot.
Cool. Okay, so today we are turning over compost piles and maybe combining a couple of them because they are pretty moist. So I guess we're going to combine them. It's the team. Yeah.
How you doing this morning, Kevin? Pretty good?
one more time. How you doing?
Oh, sorry. Did you say that? Did you just say that, Kevin?
I'm kidding.
I didn't hear you. I didn't know. I'm not trying to cut nobody off. I didn't hear you, Sam. One more time.
Of decomposition.
Okay. So you said it's bacteria?
Yeah, is it actinobacteria? Is that it? Actino, right?
I'm not sure.
I think it's actino. I don't know if I'm saying it right or not, but I think it's actinobacteria. And it's like the most common bacteria you find in a compost pile. And it's a good indication of life. That means that there's little things living in here, and little things are decomposing the big things. And when you're making a compost pile, all you want to do is grow the bacteria and or fungus. So that means that this one's doing good. This one, which is newer than those other piles, is doing better. Which means we got the mix better, which means we got the water better, we got the size better, everything about it better.
It smelled like super bad.
And this is the one that smelled crazy, like oranges, isn't it?
Yeah, you can say there were a lot of oranges in there.
Yeah, it's still a lot. You just kind of see them.
Right, this one smelled like super sour and like swampy and shitty. No, it's not.
Like in the curing process, I think especially because it's there, it just starts filling up with fungus.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, because under the tree and the tree roots.
Yeah.
They probably just connect and they probably just start making a web.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is cool. Like you bust in and you just find these like big chunks of mycelium.
Put that pitchfork right there.
Yeah, it's a cool side view to fucking.
That's also really good.
This one definitely is fucking really hot.
You wouldn't say it's too hot though. Looks good to me.
It looks good. These are good days to do it. When it's like in the morning, a little bit cooler, like it does make the steam more enjoyable.
Yeah, and the UV won't kill everything immediately when we open it up. I mean, I don't think it would have killed immediately, but it doesn't want to live in sunlight because none of it's on the outside, right? This one's heavy because it's wet. Because the other ones were not wet. This one's wet. He said save the last two and we're going to build the compost the next pile on top of it. But we could still combine them if you want. Huh? More exciting. Yeah!
So, the big hole in that hose over there. So I think we probably just have to disconnect that part of the hose.
It's really cool to construct a fucking
And maybe put that thing
showers and like water heaters. Imagine the only thing you use it for is a shower.
because there's no water coming through.
You just put a tank in it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Cool. So like, yeah, it's like a
Oh. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Just use brass or copper.
make a copper coil, like water feeding it in one end.
Like a hot tub, compost hot tub. How hot does a pile get to 140? It would do the water eventually, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It would just take like a day or two.
Oh shit. That's right, yeah.
You know those really big green shiny beetles?
Yeah.
That's the grub.
It's gonna be one of those big ass green beetles, yeah. So this guy wants this snack.
Question
That's like,
for one of you gentlemen over here.
Here,
Is
catch.
this just unscrewed? No, I don't want to catch it. What is it? I don't want it. No thank you. No grub.
All more decomposed than the first one. What do you think it is? Better mix?
Yeah, more wood chips.
Oh, better wood chips. Those are all leaves and shit. Huh? When we started.
Better and more. I've been intentionally putting way more.
And should I water those piles or combining them?
Oh shit! You guys love that farmer. Look at you. You toss that shit like it's nothing.
Well, we don't wet them. On top. Okay. We should add some.
alright.
We should add some.
Weigh-in time.
Wood chips there.
Thing going on.
I smell it.
Parmesan?
Yeah, it smells like fucking parmesan.
Parmesan?
Yeah, it's gonna need some wood chips.
So what do the wood chips?
Immediately they soak up some of the water. And second of all, they physically cover it, which keeps the smell from escaping. So that immediately helps with the smell. Just like, you know, you've gone to a restaurant and someone throws up, they throw sawdust on it, right? Just because it soaks it up and it covers the smell. And then what it does, like, further than that is add carbon to the mix, which is going to change the way things are breaking down, and change what's breaking down, and change the amount of bacteria and fungus in it, and then that they're not going to create as much as the crazy smell. And it's going to add space, which adds oxygen, which also helps with making this an aerobic, like fermentation, not an anaerobic fermentation.
Sam, do you need help weighing them?
Anaerobic shit smells way worse.
Yeah.
You know the difference?
You could be one person doing the wood chips.
Yeah. So like if you made like sauerkraut,
So these ones also need
cover
weighing.
like
Any money you
cabbage
wanna
with
pick
salt
up?
and water.
Let me know what's
sit
inside
with
of it.
And that's aerobic fermentation.
Cube, gas,
A lot of things that we
waffles,
pickles are aerobic
breakfast,
fermentation. Most pickled vegetables
like,
we are
Friday
aerobic
at school.
fermentation. What's anaerobic fermentation that we eat? Anything? You close it?
Oh, it's
Or you
it's
filter?
all submerged.
21.95?
2205.
2205?
I thought that was still aerobic because it gets oxygen from the top and from the water. I just know anaerobic fermentation from like compost. Like if you just put the food in a bucket and fucking close the lid,
Hamburgers,
like
bread,
eventually the
Yeah,
bacteria eat all the
no.
oxygen in the lid, and then the bacteria that exists
is 30.7.
that can eat sugar is the only one that will survive because it runs out of oxygen if you like leave it in a closed lid. And anyway, anaerobic fermentation smells fucking crazy. I don't know why, but it fucking always smells worse. It smells terrible. I mean, you can tell because when we open these bins, like sometimes they smell fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Because that's their anaerobic fermentation. But once we make it a compost pile and it gets a lot of oxygen and water, it becomes aerobic and it doesn't smell so fucking bad.
Right. Okay.
That's why I was wondering. I was like, I don't even know if we eat anything anaerobic because it usually smells fucking terrible. I'm like, maybe vinegar is. That's what I'm wondering. Because I think vinegar, you close it and cap it and let it sit for fucking ever. I don't think it's an open jar.
I made vinegar on accident and making kombucha. Or like tart applesauce. Or I don't know, like I would blend it. One of the weirdest ones is that some people dry it out and make vegan leather with it.
Oh, real?
Yeah, that's like a way, like if you dry it up, it's similar to leather.
Chief, can you help me get some?
Yeah.
That's a dope thing, like it's continuously growing. It's got a new one.
From Starbucks.
And so eventually the skillet gets huge. And
Woo! 128.05. That's a lot of money. I knew I wouldn't be able to carry that by myself. And we got.
Yeah, we just gotta find a way to like put it on the scale so it doesn't like droop out.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, put
like in a
one
bucket.
of the buckets first, and then we'll put it on top of the bucket after
Oh, on
carrying
top
it. Yeah, so we'll lay the bucket first.
Sweet. The same thing. There we go. And then just put that on top.
Yeah,
Or
in a
open the
second.
bucket and put it in.
Hold up, how much? Oh wait.
Community.
Yeah. Okay, so that's community drop off.
19.40.
19.5.
Ooh.
You put bread in there?
Yeah, there's a bunch cake in that one.
There's a bunch. I know, I thought bread
I always
was not.
have wasted bread.
Do you? Yeah, I thought that wasn't good for something.
They like bread at my house. Probably be good if it was like mostly. It could be a good amount of bread.
Yeah, I seen a lot of bread out there.
Yeah, I cleaned out the fridge this morning before I came.
Oh, there you go.
promo on some other stuff today. I can't believe they brought the burgers.
Can't believe they brought the burger.
This is gonna be tough for me. Anybody want to? I got a weak stomach, bro. I'm not doing
I
Yeah.
know you can do that. If you got a weak stomach, why don't you just rinse the bins out instead of dumping them? You can just rinse them with water.
Or if you just
I can kind of handle fruit and shit. It's just a burger.
No, I got you, man. I got you. Don't worry. Hey,
tip the bucket and get some of that liquid and shoot it once. Nothing will ever be that bad again.
oh my God.
You'll be super used to it. I'm just kidding.
He's fucking with you.
Lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. I don't know. Some people use blood pressure.
Oh yeah, this is more from a coma, right?
Wait, this is worth a picture.
Is that mold growing on it?
Something they poured in there.
Oh, you think that chicken nugget's still good?
Yeah.
It might be.
Dude, chicken nuggets don't go bad.
Wait, no, don't.
Oh, it was mushy.
It feels mushy now.
What the hell we all eating this week?
I know.
I've just been coming to like apples and coffee.
Baby ass carrots, get out of there, baby carrots.
Yeah.
Looks like baby bomb.
Different, bro.
Well, November is different.
Getting water real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Manure? I know manure.
I think we do more food a little bit.
I think we still have to do it. I think we should do a second layer. How much food do we have left?
I think we should do the coffee. Or half the coffee.
Half the coffee I think is a good idea. We have 2 bins of coffee.
Yeah. I thought you only had one.
Did you guys say the coffee was good for like carbon?
What's it?
Did you say the coffee was good for carbon?
It's good for nitrogen.
Nitrogen?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you need it? What do you need? You need nitrogen, carbon?
Yeah, it really is just mixing the right ratios of carbon and nitrogen.
Oh, that's
So-
it? Just nitrogen, carbon?
Yeah, like carbon. So carbon's wood chips would also be dead grass or straw, dead leaves, even I guess like cardboard or paper. If you have like a clean enough source of it.
Okay.
And then,
So there's a balance in those two.
Dang.
pretty much, yeah.
I almost want to take a bath in that.
Probably.
Bet.
We
In the
always
coffee
do that.
ground. Just the coffee ground.
Always do that. You gotta rip it open.
Yeah, like already. Is it 2 bins of coffee or 2 bags of coffee?
2 bins.
Coffee really helps with the smell too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's got a good
You're
smell.
like,
That's why I
you're
eating
chilling with
coffee.
this bin.
I'm
Huh?
fine with
You're like
coffee,
all day long we can compost coffee.
That's compost coffee.
Shoot the coffee. Got beans in here.
I know, I saw that. There's 3 beans in there. That's the first time for that.
Which Starbucks is this one?
It's from the one in Fontana or in Rancho, I guess, on Day 2.
Oh yeah? Have you guys asked these ones up here? I've been getting them from university before.
Oh yeah?
They'll do like a bin in probably like 3 days.
See, I just do it one. Like, I'll call them on a Monday morning and be like, I'm gonna come at 5 o'clock and pick it up. And then they had
From the
yesterday
morning
was the
rush.
most.
You get the morning rush. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. I call them in the morning like, hey, I'll come pick it up like at 5 o'clock. So whatever you can, get between this time and this time.
So no poop because we got coffee grounds.
Yeah, coffee grounds also, I guess similar manure in that way. It is a really high ratio of nitrogen because it's so finely broken down.
Say that one more time? Sorry.
Coffee, like manure and coffee, they have such a super high ratio of nitrogen.
Uh-huh.
It is sort of like a super concentrated nitrogen ingredient. So
Okay, I guess this is
a little bit goes a long way. It is mostly because it's ground down, like the surface area.
The one that
Oh, I know
Okay.
that
you
name.
see it would have serrated edges on it.
I don't want to take this thing off.
Wood chips next.
couches and a bunch of junk.
Mm-hmm.
And when we finally decided to do it, she said, well, you guys have to go to school. Because a white lady came by, she was looking at the field, she wanted it. So we said, we asked her about it. She says, well, she was a teacher for Incredible Edible Garden.
Never heard of them.
Okay, it's over in Pomona.
Okay.
Pomona. So we said, okay. So we'll go to school.
Small.
A large. Extra.
2X.
Oh, okay.
So we
Or
went
a
to
large?
Yeah, if you got a large, I'll take the large.
She said, we told her we'll go to school. So we went to school 2 years.
Oh, really?
And they paid us to go to school.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why now when you hear Biden talking about the infrastructure, this is what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to leave out people that are taking care of these trees and doing things for it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we sat here, right there on that porch. All this wasn't here at first. So she said, we went to school. We got...
He wanted a large too.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you're
Oh, yes. Boom, that's fire. Yeah.
So we sat here. So we went to school. They paid us. When we got out,
What did you go to school for?
infrastructure.
Oh, okay.
She's a master gardener. I'm infrastructuralist.
Okay.
So we got everything together.
Yeah.
We got the little grants. My other sister. Okay. This is Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
This is me. This is my other sister.
Okay.
All three. That's why we call it sisters. We. Because
Uh-huh.
we're all sisters. So she's our. She does the typing and gets the grants
Yeah,
and everything.
paperwork.
Yeah, she does the paperwork.
Okay.
We have a little paper out now that we're getting ready to start handing out.
Okay.
But we sat here for a year before the lady would let us have this field.
Uh-huh.
So she gave it to us for 3 years.
Okay.
Next year is our last year. Next year, April. And it was hard working with her, but we managed to work around her
Mm-hmm.
to do that. So we got our little garden together, and you see the fruits from it.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
Okay.
Yeah, I want more of it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
And we just keep on going, keep on going.